Yeah, well, hello. Sorry, here I am. We can make fun of the English, because I think they're playing a football match. Should have prepared some jokes for that. Um, I'm already quite sweaty because I've just been sort of working out, as that's called. And no, it's not what you think. I sat on the exercise bike thingy, home trainer, pedaling while watching Motor Space Sport podcast with Alexander Woods, which was quite interesting. But I figured let's do some more sim racing and stream it for two people. This is my norm here. A while ago, I did some laps in Boxercup at Goiania, which was a lot of fun. I like that track a lot, but I sort of hinted let's do that again with like manual H pattern gear shifts and heel and toe, which is always like super difficult. It just makes it harder. So we'll do exactly the same track, same car, same setup, with heavy force feedback, brake pedal, and the need to heel and toe. So I'll just have a look what my lap was. 22.4 was my quickest lap earlier. I won't do that, I think, but we'll see. Let's see what I can do, manual everything. It's a bad idea, but that's never stopped me before. Oh yeah. I'm not using the clutch on the upshifts, but I will use it downshifting. And H pattern so I can do miss shifts. Heavy brake pedal, about 80 kilos. Heavy steering. And we'll just see how much slower I'll be. 22.4, did I say that? Jeez. Oh, rattle. It's the alternative hit from our sadly deceased David Bowie. Rattle on the curbs. Rattle. You're getting on my nerves. Rattle. Niels can't sing. Certainly not as good as Sting, who was actually quite good in the Police, with hits like Roxanne and okay, focus. Damn. Sorry. I'm a born entertainer. Flappy pedal gearboxes are great for being easy, and in gentlemen's races, which the Boxercup might sort of be, amateur drivers would eat gearboxes for dinner. That's very expensive. So it's kinda sensible that a lot of modern racing cars moved away from sequential boxes where you had to heel and toe or H pattern. Just easier, and you break less. You break less stuff. Same with power steering. Makes it more approachable, easier. it just shifts the limit upward. Making it more physical. Is where it's at. If you look at IndyCar, Champ Car onboards, they were at Road America a couple of weeks ago. You see their hands rattling from the unassisted steering. Elkhart Lake, Road America, such a nice track as well. Quick corners, bouncy. That's just that looks so alive compared to like a Formula 1 onboard. Fighting with those cars. Multiple seconds slower than F1 would be at that track, but it looks faster because they have to work harder. Sometimes I randomly clutch on the upshifts, I don't know why. Spasm. Don't get me an off track, thank you. Running very wide. One hand on the steering, that's the big one. Yeah, that wasn't too bad actually. 1.2 seconds off. Oh, that's... Sorry Cone. You did nothing wrong. I got optimistic and had a misshift, downshifted to third instead of fifth. And that can happen. Thrustmaster shifter here. with which it is a little easier to occur than with a certain other quite far from release product that I might be working on. It's not easy to develop a H pattern shifter, I can tell you that. So, no, not yet, not yet. High standards. And that means I have something to blame my misshifts on. Starting to make the mistake of relying on engine braking. I'd like to get within a second. .23.4 or better. Should be possible. Easily possible. Just set your goals low enough and you'll reach them. Pro life tips from a streamer nobody is watching. Long corners. They are heavy on the steering because you have to keep that load applied. Can I get within half a second? 22.9. New target. Oh. Very late. Made it somehow work. Made this not work. How did I do that? I gained a lot of time there. Regrets. These are the hands of regret. Oh, that was close. Holy crap. I'm not having issues that I had with left foot braking where I locked up the rear end a bit for turn 1. But I have to come off the throttle first and then onto the brakes. There is a bit of time loss there, but it might be a bit smoother. Meanwhile, it starts to smell of cologne here, which is not me, I can tell you that. So I guess I'm stinking so bad that the neighbors are randomly spraying stuff. Then that's when you know you're sim racing. If your neighbors resort to use of odor chemicals. You're not a true sim racer until that's happened. I'm getting tired a bit in my hands. Oh, no, I might. Deliberate late apex. Ow! I don't think I have a lot worse control over the braking, that's not too bad. It's just the blipping results in a temporary loss of brake force. You'll see the brake bar go a bit wobbly when I try to give it a bit of throttle. That is lost time, you cannot be quite at the limit. But overdriving is one of my issues, so... Oh. It's something I do less probably, at least on the brakes, with right foot braking. Oh my lord. Oh, rattle, rattle. using zero filter in the realfeel.ini file. So it's a raw force feedback at 360 Hertz. Stuck to the inside, feels slow, but I thought that before. That's definitely slow. That's and a wobble. Oh, so one hand on the wheel. I'm not sure if I'll still make my target. In a way, I'm surprised at the speed, because I was reasonably pleased with the left foot braking laps. 22.4 felt alright. I was hoping to get within a second. That wasn't too hard, but now I'm all over the place as I'm getting tired. Still 1.5 tenths to find to get within half a second, but it will be very hard. Although this control over the braking is nice. I hope my left foot's paying attention. He might learn something from Mr. Right. Do seem to be over attacking it. Left foot braking. Car starts to move a little bit. Feels really cool, but pretty soon you're overdoing it and you're losing a bit of time. That wasn't great. That wasn't great either. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we... Well. There we almost went. Getting tired. If there's one thing I don't understand, it's double clutching. I understand it a little bit. That's a technique that boggles the mind, doing that so quickly. I've never managed to do that, and heel and toe. Never done that in real life in a racing box. That would require proper ref matching. So what you see here might be incorrect. So I brake, clutch, downshift, clutch before throttle blip. Because if you do throttle blip before clutching, you actually get a bit of thrust. So clutch, blip, release. And I'm gonna just pause for a little while as I'm getting sweaty. Hi. Whose idea was this? I always pick Lupus Engineering. Who names their race team Lupus Engineering? It's brilliant. Always think of Seinfeld. George Costanza, is it lupus? Who thinks he's sick? Quite a few 23s, but somewhere to go closer to my left foot braking time. Ah, well, that's pretty cool. I see my streaming audience doesn't care about football either. So yeah, no, this is just still Thrustmaster shifter. Yep, that's what it is. In fact, it's worked itself a little loose. Let me just get out the spanner here. Not really a bad word. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Oh, and then the other way. Yeah, that's better. Nothing really wrong with the Thrustmaster. It's just a bit, it feels light in the hands. I regret making this decision to first work out and then, while smoking hot, jump in a simulator for hardcore physics testing with H pattern gearbox and stuff. So yeah, these are just some random rubbers that I've had lying around. These are Pro pedals that have been on here for 4 years. One of the absolute earliest. And I just slapped some random stuff on it, so it's not a fully representative Pro pedal. It's actually butchered a bit. It's got a different everything, so yeah. Always AMS, yeah, always AMS. That's my baby. Every now and then I play a bit of iRacing, but it's mainly AMS because I do the physics, some of the physics for it anyway, and that's my test bed. That's what I like. And the H pattern shifter is never cancelled, but it's always being reworked, and it's probably not going to be out soon. So I'm stuck with my Thrustmaster, which is the best motivation, even though it's a good thing, it works well. The best motivation to think of a better design for the Huizingveld H pattern shifter. And we're doing quite a lot of other things, so it's not really top priority. Anyway, I've rested, stream is working, I have a huge audience as usual, because nobody's watching football. Can I get within that half a second? A couple of... Let's see. Whew. How is this set up? Easy, just drive away on the clutch. Fuel saving. Clutch in. Take stick out of gear, blip, and then into the next gear, release clutch, more or less. I hope that's sort of the thing that would work in real life, but as I said, never raced a gearbox without a synchro, never raced, period. Let alone driven on something with a non-synchro mesh gearbox. But I do sometimes see people trying to heel and tow in a sim, where they press the clutch and the throttle at the same time, and that means that the clutch won't be disengaged when you first hit the throttle, so you get a bit of acceleration when you're meant to be braking, so that's something that can be a bit off-putting. I don't mean the Russian Putin, but off-Putin. Waiting, waiting. Might be it. 22.9. Yep, within half a second. Wow, I totally didn't expect that. To revisit that with flappy pedal shifting then. That time must have been poor. Or my left foot needs to learn a lesson or two. Consistency, that's at least it feels like it suffers. There's more that can go wrong. The blips, the downshifts, the gearbox, heavy force feedback making you tired. Bit cheeky on those downshifts there, high revs. Nice line though. Bit of understeer. Holy crap, I did not expect that. What's going on? Less than 3/10 of my left foot braking time. I'm a driving god. Who needs consistency? Just look for the one lap. I had a great late apex there, randomly. That's one theory with heel and towing messing up the braking more often. You sort of randomly drive new lines through corners and every now and then it might be a better line than what you were used to. Just wants to turn a bit too much on the throttle. Oh, that's late. Oh, too much oversteer. I have surprising control over the last little bit of brake release. That feels nice. I think I'm gonna switch it up, do a couple more laps and then do left foot braking. Switching as we drive. There is more in it though with this style. Oversteer. Balls. Hesitant. What a nice track this is. Very close. Ah! Ah! Felt slow. Tends to not be. In this case it was. Sideways. Oddly, my left knee is hurting. It's not doing anything. The clutch is quite light. But we have some expensive knees in the family. My dad has had some knee issues. It seems like we haven't got the best ones. Quick look at chat, then I'll do the same. Just switching my foot, left foot braking. Hello. How's football going? Is it still going? I don't know. Right, left foot brake. Same H pattern stuff and heavy force feedback. Just can I adapt? It works because I can let it flip in neutral. Let's see how we do. That might take a couple of laps getting used to. A lot less work in the sense that you don't have to do crazy ankle joint damage to heel and toe. Here you just have to remember to give the blip after you take it out of gear. That's a bit. Second gear. Never did that before. Sorry. So theoretically this should be quicker. Smoother braking theoretically. A little confusing now. Yeah, later apex is better. And I'm more on the right side for this one. If you get the car turned in the sharp left-hander there, you can just fly out of it. I think it will come eventually. Really low minimum speed. Okay, we're fairly close with the left foot. gained a little. And lost a little. Plus 3-4. Oh, plus 3. Threw it away, second sector. Oh, flat shift, sorry. I was about to say, it was weird, but not slow. Should be able to beat my right foot braking time. With a big drift as well, so. So, let's have a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all there. Doesn't feel like it, but mischief. I need a break. I know what to do. Compare the telemetry of those 2 laps. That's exciting. Let's do that. I was quicker by 8 thousandths. Oh, first overtime on the football. Ooh, scary. Not a big football person actually, but if Holland would be playing, then well, in the past I've been known to drink beer, wear orange, and shout somewhere in a bar at a screen. It has happened. But even football doesn't get close to sim racing, let alone watching sim racing streams. We have 3 laps to compare. Flappy pedal. Yep. I hope it works, because sometimes there is a strange offset in the telemetry, and when you try to make an overlay it gets confused and it doesn't do it properly. So given my recent PC issues, I'm sure that'll happen. I'll activate the correct screen soon enough. Okay. And that. I'm looking at telemetry, you're not yet. You can't wait, can you? It seems to be overlaying okay. Just make a channel, because I forgot I lost all my worksheets, kinda. At least I didn't lose my custom math with magic calculations. Let's look at inputs. Brake pedal, throttle pedal, clutch. When you have to wait for telemetry, you know it'll be good. Actually, can I share that? I'm sure I can, but we are dealing with Windows. Hey! Does seem to work. Yeah. Let's first look just at the 22.4 we did our last stream a week or so ago, and I wasn't all that pleased with my braking here. It's a little peaky, and release plateau and release further. Not very smooth on the application, a bit like toothed. not the best. Then look at the one with right foot braking and throttle blips. And this is a good example. This is what happens to your braking force curve. So you see there's a dip every time I do a little throttle blip. There's a dip in the brake force, and that simply costs you a little bit of time. It's not a huge thing, but it does cost you a little bit. And if we compare that, if we can, so now the black line is my lap with left foot braking a week ago. It doesn't have those dips, so my pedal effort, like the maximum is about the same, and I let go of the pedal roughly the same, so this isn't all that different, but those little dips come from having to heel and toe, and that's always there. I cannot get rid of it. It's so difficult to keep a perfectly constant pressure while blipping the throttle. So that's in a nutshell the issue with heel and toeing. You cannot quite get that brake trace to be as smooth and precise, even though this reference, the black one, the quicker lap wasn't that brilliant. At least it was better and you don't get those dips. You also see that on the good lap with flappy pedal shifting, there is no use of clutch pedal at all. So now let's compare heel and toe versus left foot braking. Let's look at it isolated first. Let's look at the same corner again, same brake point. Seems to be a slight offset. I don't know if it's in the telemetry or if I actually get on the brakes later. It is likely though. I said sometimes I overdrive a bit when left foot braking. I want to brake later, which can actually cost you quite a bit of time. So assuming the timing is correct, I get on the brakes quite a bit earlier here with the heel and toe lap, achieve slightly less brake pressure, and I have those dips. Versus my when I switch to left foot braking, still manual blipping, but my blips are far bigger when I do left foot braking because it's easier to mash the throttle. And there are no dips, so this brake input is higher. I get more braking done in less time, and I gain time there. In fact, I should be able to possibly, hopefully, show the variance. Yeah, is that likely to be correct? This variance is how much these laps are behind. So if you have a slow lap or a quick lap, you'll see the delta time between the two laps. Very close. I'm not sure if they are aligned quite properly. So let's forget about that for now. But it's clear to see that when I use my left foot to brake, I apply a bit more pressure, and I don't have dips. Here as well, second corner, more pressure, no dips. Just a bit more efficient on the brakes. Here is the big difference as well. Initially hard on the brakes, nicely off. This is reasonable shape for a car like this where there isn't a lot of downforce. So initially braking is quite like constant force, and then you let go as you start to steer, which is here. Here I let go and I start to enter by applying the steering. So this is how I like to see it basically for this corner, but with heel and toe I couldn't quite do it. Bit messy with the shape and the dips. And you see it everywhere, those dips. Less braking efficiency, and I must be messing up elsewhere quite badly because the time difference was only less than a 100th of a second, I think. So that's probably the over-optimism, over-enthusiasm of being left foot braking and wanting to brake later. There's probably time to gain braking a little earlier, focusing more on the exits, but I've been telling myself that for years now. Right. Well, that was interesting. I found it interesting anyway. Yeah, right foot braking, left foot braking, heel and toe. I did not expect to get as close as I did to my original lap time. So that means that I'm either super awesome, excellent, hardcore skilled at heel and toeing, or I'm missing about 1 second on my left foot braking technique. I'm afraid it's the latter. How's football going? I don't know. So, second overtime. Jeez, that's. I remember that with Dutch. When the Dutch were playing and you were in the bar getting drunk and there was overtime, nail biting. It's weird how that sort of. I'm not really into football at all, but when you put a group of people together, the behavior changes. Can be a bit scary, but it can also be like people who don't care about football suddenly start to shout at the referees and wish him all sorts of nasty things. That's cool to see. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I did some laps with right foot braking, heel and toe, some with left foot braking, and flipping the throttle manually. I'm soaked again. I'm gonna go for a shower, and well, we'll see about who wins. Thanks for watching. If you caught this, and I'll be back some other time. Bye bye, guys.